Welcome everyone to this special edition of the LAMP. LAMP means Leadership Advancement Mentorship Podcast. This is a podcast in where we showcase leaders, their journey of leadership development, and also our mentorship has really helped them to be effective in their leadership adventure. But today, apart from going on that part that we normally highlight in this podcast, we want to also talk about the importance of having a dream. So join me in welcoming one of our leaders in the LAM global community, Coach Lysa Mandip, and also the founder of Dream Woman Network that was launched last Sunday. That was March the 9th.
That's fine.
So welcome with me, Coach Lysa Mandip. How are you? How are you doing today? Good to have you on the Leadership Advancement Mentorship Podcast. How are you doing today?
Better than good, Doctor. Thank you for having me. It's a privilege being on your podcast.
Okay, glad to have you here. So tell us something about you. Who is Coach Lysa Mandip?
Well, Coach Lysa Mandip is different things to different people. So I am a leader, coach, trainer. I run my own company. I have a faith-based home health care company in Pennsylvania. I am Besides other diplomas, I have an MBA in marketing. That's my base, but currently I base myself on my home care business and my leadership career, which I'm trying to be right now. And
Okay,
of course,
awesome.
like you said, I just launched I just launched my Dream Woman Network, which is to empower other women as well to be where I am currently.
Oh, that was awesome. I like that word empower. I remember one of our team leaders, and she has the title Chief Empowerment Officer. You see, I just like people that are weird. I don't like normal. I don't like normal. When I was starting my company, I decided to use Chief Visionary Officer. So I was like, oh, that was weird because most of the time, what you see is Chief Executive Officer. And the more people hear something, they just lose its vibes and all that stuff. And so I like to see something different. And that's why I like to call myself a CEO, Chief Encouragement Officer. So I said, oh, that was awesome. You know, that is something about life to be unforgettable. So I like that empowerment, because I believe every one of us need empowerment. And I believe as leaders, that is what we do. Leadership is all about empowering others. It's not about holding on to the power. It's all about power share. You shared the power. Someone said, when you delegate tasks, you create followers. But when you create authorities, you create leaders. Now, talking about, first of all, let's talk about your leadership journey, because if you didn't uh, discover the leader within you and you didn't develop yourself, there'll be nothing like the Dream Woman Network. So let's start from there. So at what age, at what time in your life did you become aware of your leadership potential? Because I believe leadership is for everyone. Everyone has leadership potential. So at what time, at what age of your life did you discover this wonderful leadership potential inside of you?
I would say earlier, I mean, as young as maybe 10 or 8 years, I would say I didn't know the term leader or leadership. I just knew that I was always in the forefront of so many things.
Mm.
I started reading in church by 10 years or 9 years. In secondary school, I was always at the forefront, either leading a dance group or leading in sports or leading something, but I didn't know that term leadership. I just knew I was always in the front doing something. And
Mm.
then university, and then when I started working, my first job was in the airlines, which gave me the fact that I was bilingual, first of all, gave me the urge over every other employee in the place where I worked. So that gave me already a different stance from every other person. So, like I said, I didn't know what leadership was. I just did things the way I was moved or the way I was groomed. Until after my MBA, then I got a position that clearly said marketing director. And that's when I knew, okay, now I have a whole team I'm leading. That's when the whole idea came as a leader. And that's exactly when somebody mentioned to me, John Maxwell. She said, I have just joined this training program. And I think based on your new role and who you are, I think this will suit you. And that's when I started. I actually spoke to a program director at that time. This was over 10 years ago.
Wow.
And I thought I liked it, but I didn't join immediately. Life happened, of course, so many things in between. I didn't join Maxwell then, but I did not I did not stop burning the flame. I had subscribed to John Maxwell's emails. I subscribed to his podcast. I subscribed to everything John Maxwell, but the fact that I didn't register fully. And so after that time, I finally moved to the US and I said, this should be the time when I should actually develop that leadership skill, which I had always wanted to. And that's when I enrolled for John Maxwell in 2022 and finally understood that term leadership and what I should be doing as a leader and how I should grow myself as a leader. And this is where I am today. And from that
Wow, that was
journey, I've
awesome.
moved here.
Yeah, that was great. You have an amazing story. That's why we like to share the story of leadership where people have been before, because I believe there's someone right now, right there, listening to you, being inspired by this story. There's somebody that's going to make a move, a positive move, take action from today and start, developing the leader within them. Now, awareness is the first key to change, and the second key to change is accepting responsibility for the leadership development. So you became aware and you now locate an environment. Also, tell us what else did you do after you created aware? I remember the next thing you said you heard about the Maxwell leadership. Then it was John Maxwell leadership team. So you heard about it and you decided to join the team. Yeah. So that means you intentionally begin to realize that, oh, now that I have this leadership potential, I need to grow it. I need to develop it. Because things don't just happen, things happen just. So tell us, so why did you decide to invest in your leadership development to locate such a great number one leadership enterprise in the world to go and grow yourself? Why do you think you need to grow yourself?
Stillness, I knew that I needed to do something for something to happen. I knew I was not just going to sit and be who I want to be. I mean, after following up his videos and all of that, I knew I had to meet that man, John Maxwell. And that's one thing that pushed me to go. I didn't even want to do the certification online. I wanted to go in person and meet John Maxwell. And then while I went for the conference, my thought process was, even if I do this certification, I won't automatically be who 100% or grow as I should. I need a mentor. I didn't even know that term mentorship then. What I
Yeah.
knew was I needed somebody to follow. And before
Mm,
I went for that first certification, my prayer was, Lord, help me find someone at that place who lives in my area that I will follow every day as they go out to either lead or to coach or to do what assignments they need to do. And then I'm going to model them. So that
mm.
was my thought process, which eventually happened. And that's how I met you, Dr. Koku. And that's
Wow.
why I joined everything you said. This is what I'm doing right now. And I'm like, I'm going to be part of it. This is the group I said, I'm going to be part of it because I was trying to model the leadership style, which I saw on you, and I was trying to remodel it onto myself.
Why did you decide to do that? That was weird because a lot of people they will say, "Well, I'm already belong to Maslow leadership. I don't have to follow anybody. I can do things myself. At least I'm now a Maslow leadership certified speaker, coach, and trainer." Why do you realize? Why do you really have it in your mind that I still need so? Even though I know I have to be in that environment, I need to belong to the Maslow leadership. I still need someone that can take me by the hand and guide me. So why do you have to do that? And what difference has that made in your life?
Would say it's for me, it was the hunger to grow. I so badly wanted
Mm.
I mean, or excellent in whatever I'm doing. And I knew that was the only way. I mean, I could read books, but I needed to see somebody do what I wanted to do so that I follow that person's footstep. And I would say, what just one question you asked again after that, what pushed me or
I said, yeah, you could have just gone to the certification and become certified as a Maslow leadership coach, speaker, and trainer, like many people do. and that will have been sufficient for you. But why do you think it's someone within that brand that is in your area that you can follow, you can model? Why? Because that was a plus factor that many people doesn't really
Yes.
consider. Why that?
I mean, you need that. I mean, I understood quickly that there was no reinventing the wheel. It
Yeah.
was best for me to just follow somebody and then just do what they do. So that's
Mm.
why that was my own path I decided to take. I don't want to, there's nothing else I'm going to create. I mean, somebody else is doing it already. Why not just follow them and do what they do? And that's why I decided to go that route.
Wow, that was great. Yeah. Like, okay, for the sake of people that don't really understand this context, I'm probing into that because, like I said, on this platform, we don't just only highlight leadership, we also highlight mentorship. I wrote a book. My latest book is called The Mentorship Advantage. And I've done a series on this mentorship advantage on people that have been privileged to mentor and also people that have mentored me. I talk about why mentorship matters. That's what the book is all about. And the book has an handle. There's an acronym for mentorship. In case you missed that, I want you to go to my YouTube handle and Dr. Michael Koku and just type the mentorship advantage. So you will see some people that have worked with me in the past. I featured someone that is currently working with me now, Dr. Olabisi Oshikalu, and I did part one and two. In fact, she was actually the one that inspired that podcast. She said, "No, well, let's do something on this," And I also feature, and I call her CEO Nagam Al Samari, someone that have worked with me, and now there's a privilege right now. I also feature Dr. Ayo Adenoga too on that mentorship advantage because I want people to see why mentorship matters, and I want to give them something practical, something real to see. And now you also one of that evidence of mentorship. Tell me what difference has mentorship made on one-on-one mentorship? So I also find you in that place. I just saw this hungry woman. I'm like, if I'm still wondering how we actually met, I can remember how I met other people, but you are still a mystery to me. But I just found that
It's
you were
good.
hungry. I can see fire in your eyes. You are ready to go and you are ready to grow. Some people are ready to go, they are not ready to grow, but you are ready to go and ready to grow. And because this is how I know. I always have a upcoming leadership development immediately after the the IMC, the International Maxwell Conference. And I remember some people attitude when you invite them that they say, when is this? I said this Saturday. They say, oh, you don't even have time for people to raise. We just had one. But the people that are really interested, that are really dedicated, they come for the class. And I realized that yes, these are the people that I'm looking for because I love hungry leaders. I love hungry people. So and that so tell us what difference has mentorship made in your leadership development, making you an effective leader that you are today.
So mentorship, the first thing mentorship did to me was to bring out my weaknesses. So I saw clearly where I was lacking, what I needed to do. I mean, from my first meeting with you, I was able to
Mm,
pinpoint like this, you need to grow in this area. And
mm,
then today, mentorship, I would say, so after following up with you and everything, or with the mentors I had, but you one of them especially, I
mm,
was able to see the strength that were in me, but I
mm,
didn't know by myself. So on my
mm,
own, I didn't know I had that strength until somebody or you in particular was able
mm,
to pull that out of me. The
mm,
fact that there's someone who keeps saying, I see you in this place, I see you doing this, I see you able to do this, I think
mm,
you can do this. And all of those put
mm.
together are what have pushed me to where I am today.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. I remember the first time, there was this radio show that there's an opportunity for you to go. And you were telling me that, oh, I mean, you were having a cold feet as if you can't do it. And after that radio show, the lady told me that, wow, she was exceptional. I said, yes, I know she is. Because the thing is this. she I mean, and when you two finish, I say, wow, this is because this is why I'm saying this. At times we second guess ourselves. We keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. We're not doing anything until we see someone that believes in us that yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. The other time I was working with one of our great leaders now in the Lamb Global community. She was about to have her first leadership development class and to facilitate it herself. And she invited me, said, Dr. Mike, I need you to come and be a part of it. I said, I'm not coming. He said, please. She was begging me. I said, listen, I'm going to share something with you. There are 3 ways we undo changes. I want to tell me which group do you belong. And I said, the first way, there are 3 kind of people in the world talking about the way we undo change. So, to the timid, change is frightening. People that are timid, change frightens them. And I said to the comfortable, change is threatening. It's a threat to them. And I said to the confident, change is an opportunity. I said, what group do you belong? He said, the confident. I said, you don't need me. Go and do it. And guess what? That was Dr. Ayo Adenuga. And she came back. She did. If you see Dr. Ayo now, oh wow, she's ready to go. You can't stop her when because I know her potential. We went to medical school together. I knew she just needed somebody to believe. And that's one of the beautiful things. I wrote a book called The Beautiful People, one of the book I wrote. And this Beautiful People is a very good book. You can get it on YouTube. I say you can get it on YouTube, on Amazon. And The Beautiful People talks about the kind of people that you need, the kind of people that we need in our life. In fact, of recent, I have this book in a place. I was teaching from it. So and that beautiful is an acronym. The B, you need people that believe in you. The E, you need people that encourage you. The A, you need people that applaud your victories. The U, people that unlock your potential. The T, people that trust in you. The I, people that influence you positively. Listen, I won't give you everything. I know many of you are writing it.
Go get the book.
Go get the book. Go get the book on Amazon. It's called The Beautiful People by Dr. Michael Koku. It's a very great book. Now, we want to talk about the Dream Woman Network. I just like this brand, the Dream Woman Network. So, how did you came up with this idea? How did it came to you? Now, we've talked about your leadership journey, how you invest in yourself. But I know it cost you a lot of money. It cost you time and even money investment, real money. And you didn't just did the certification for the Maxwell Leadership. You also joined the mentorship. That's another investment.
Right.
And you've been to the conference twice. That's another investment. A lot of people, they are not ready to invest in their leadership. And it shows how much they don't believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? So now you see your leadership journey, your leadership investment development. So we've talked about your mentorship, the factor on how we work together one-on-one. We still work together today. Even though you are one of our great team leaders, you are still teachable, coachable, reachable, and sociable, relatable, and all the most. Are you beautiful too? Yeah. So tell us, how did you came about with the Dream Woman Network? How did it came? Yeah. And tell us the first time you have that. You have that. The first time the idea came to you. Tell us, how did you get the idea of the Dream Woman Network and what does it mean?
So Dream Woman, first of all, is the name is actually from somebody who has a dream in you, and that dream has to be birthed. So what brought that to mind for me was one day I was in traffic and in an intersection where there was no traffic light. And so the only way to be able to get into the main road was that either the side on which you need to get in is cleared completely or someone lets you in. And I had counted the number of cars that were on that side that I needed to wait for them to go off before I get in the road. So I was waiting and knowing my time would definitely come, but it's not going to be now because there was a whole long line of lights of cars. And then all of a sudden, somebody stopped in front of me and then waved and said, you can come in. So as soon as I got in that line, something struck me and like, if this man did not let me in, I was going to wait for a couple more minutes or maybe I don't know how long before I get in. And so if this man let me in, it means it shortened my journey somehow. And then I started thinking of something just occurred to me in that car. Like, what are the other times and other places that people have let you in? Is it at your job? Is it I started calculating and counting so many times where on my own, I would not have gotten to that place unless somebody got me in. And I started thinking, people have gotten me into so many places up until this time. And am I just going to sit here and just enjoy the fact that people have gotten me in? Who else am I going to get into somewhere? How am I going to pay forward this? And I started thinking, maybe, I mean, I can't call everybody one-on-one and say, this is what I've experienced. I want you to go through the same thing. And I said, I'm just going to create a network of women. Because when I talk to people, I talk to other women, I talk to some of my friends and everything. And they cheer me on sometimes and say, oh, we see so many things you're doing, we see that and that. And I like maybe just bring people together, people who have the hunger and the zeal or who have dreams. I know everybody has dreams, that's for sure. The people are dealing with so many things. People start and they drop for so many reasons. And I thought maybe just create a community where women who are interested to birth those dreams in them could come together. We share those ideas. You can pour out your fear with confidence, knowing it's just us. Give them the encouragement and say, somebody did this for me and I can do it for you, or somebody else in the forum, not necessarily me, could do it for you, or just hear success stories of other women together that will push you out of where you are. So that was the whole background work before the birth of the Dream Woman for real.
Wow, that was awesome. In fact, I was privileged to speak at the Dream Woman Network launch. That was 2 days ago. And it's really inspiring to me when you share that story that somebody let in the somebody let you into the room, that who do I want to learn in. That means you're not just satisfied about, oh, somebody help you, I want to help other people to fulfill their dream. It seems as if I got booked for everything. The one of the book one of the book that I wrote is called Live Life Big. It means don't leave your dream, live your dream. And this is what you're doing. You living life big. I met someone of recent. She's working on a book, Miss Marissa Nelson, one of our speakers at the last Made for More. And she said she's working on a book called Live Life Rich. I said, wow, I just wrote a book, Live Life Big. You said Live Life Rich. you know, but the thing is just like, I believe you can live life big until you live your dream. Live. Because what many people do to their dream is they leave it. Leave. By default, people live their dream. Leave. That's what we do by default. For you to live your dream, live, it requires intentionality. Intentionality is what will make your dream becomes a reality. That's a quotable quote. And that's what you're doing. You're creating a platform for people. Now, one thing I've been thinking about a lot now, Coach Lysa, is one thing I'm learning of recent now is going beyond mentorship and coming to the realm of sponsorship. The question is, what's the difference between a mentor and a sponsor? I mean, this is leadership advancement mentorship podcast, not sponsorship podcast. I just wrote a book on the mentorship advantage, but I'm thinking about writing a book on the sponsorship advantage. And why is that? Let me share this before we quickly wrap up. I'm reading a book by a woman, and I like to read books on women leadership because one of my calling is to raise women leaders. And that's why in the LAM Global Community, one of the brainchild is the Women in Leadership League conference. And this coming June, we'll be having the first of its kind Women in Leadership League Global Women Conference exclusively for women in leadership. And this lady I'm reading the book is called Own It. Her name is Sally Krochek, and she used to work in Wall Street. She has worked in the Wall Street, and she has so many experience. But now she's creating a platform just like what you're doing now for other women to invest. She found that many women, they don't really actively invest in their retirement because they have so many vacation, many times they have to stop to give back to the children, and so many life thing happens. Then the man has edge over them. So she found something called and Ilavest on helping women to be conscious of making investment. Then she created other women's empowerment platform. But this is the point I want to make. In one of her work where she works before, she was laid off. And when she got laid off, she went home and She was now said, let me call these people that just leave me alone. I want to get a feedback. Why do I get laid off? So one of the feedback that she got is this, that Sally, you don't have a sponsor. That's why you got laid off. She said, a sponsor? What does that mean? They say a sponsor is your voice when you are not in the room. And that make a mark. So sponsors are your advocate. A mentor might not even make advocate for you. A mentor can say, okay, well, let me help you. Let me help you to grow and all that. But when a mentor becomes a sponsor, the conversation changes. So when I had that, and I began to have that persuasion in me that John just stop at the realm of mentorship, go to the point of sponsorship. And that's what you see on Sunday. It's you saying that was not just mentorship, it's sponsorship. Because in sponsorship, a leader comes behind you, put all their weight, their resources, just to make sure that you rise. So it's not just mentoring, but sponsoring, being an advocate. And that's what we're having right now, being on this platform. That's sponsorship. So it's very important to have a mentor and also to have a sponsor, someone that will be a voice that will speak about for you, create opportunities for other people to know what you're doing. So the world needs mentors. The world also needs sponsors. So if you have never heard that word before, you just heard it today. So more on that to come. I'll be having a special edition of this podcast that will be the sponsorship advantage. We'll be talking about that. But now back to the Dream Women Network. So what kind of women are you as they are listening to me now, so many women are listening to us that, well, how can I be a part of the Dream Woman Network? Do I qualify? So what qualifies any woman in the world? Because this is a global podcast. People watch this all over the world. So what actually qualify people? I see someone asking a question that, wow, I love this beautiful woman. I want to be a part of this Dream Woman Network. So what is it that qualify women to join the Dream Women Network? Can you tell us, as the founder
I'm
and the
just
chief
looking for
empowering officer of the Dream Woman Network?
I'm just looking for any woman who is hungry to
Mm,
birth something, to leave a legacy, to contribute in any way to
mm,
humanity. That's all I'm looking for. In
mm,
any way. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be
mm,
you wanting to build, to change the world. It just needs somebody who says, I want to do one thing as my
mm,
own way to contribute to humanity. Even if it means you just assisting another woman hold her back as she walks ahead of you, that's still you
mm.
contributing something.
So,
Yes, yesterday
so
I had a funny question from somebody who joined the launch.
the
And
launch
she
on
said,
Sunday, yeah.
and she said, I'm above 50. Can I still be a dream woman? Can I still have a
That
dream?
was great. So what was your response? I'm interested in that.
And, and I told her, go read the biography of the founder of KFC. You'll see how old he was when he
Yeah.
created
It was
KFC,
more
which
than
is
60.
today,
Yeah.
he was 65.
Yeah, Colin Sanders, yeah.
And then she called me back and said, I realized, and she actually has a project.
Yeah.
So she didn't realize that project was a dream already. She was trying to birth. And then when we talked for just 5 minutes, I'm like, but that's a project you have already. That's something you're trying to birth. And so
Yeah.
together we can help push it together. We can help
Yeah.
push it forward. And she
Yeah.
was now comfortable and said, oh, then I belong as well in the room. And
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
people don't know what they carry until
Yeah.
someone else pushes them or someone lets them in and
Yeah.
then be able to tell them or show them what they have.
Yeah,
That's
and I
exactly
like
what
and I like that the way you reference that in my book, don't live your dream, live your dream. I actually talk about that. One of the chapter in chapter 4, I said it is never too late to live your dream. I actually mentioned the story of Sanders right there in this
what
book.
a coincidence.
And watch this. I also mentioned the story of a woman. She was 71-year-old and she contested for Miss Texas
Wow.
because they changed the rule. They didn't put a limit on the beauty pageant. And she was 71. She was one of the beauty pageant.
Wow.
She knew that she might not win the crown, but
But
at
she did
least
it.
she want to inspire someone out there that you can
Okay.
still
So
live your dream. And that got my attention. In this book, I also share a story of one woman that went back to finish her master's after she left it so many years ago. She was like 90 something years old. So it is never too late. What about the first female prime minister of the nation of Israel, Gold Meir. She was like 60 something when she became the first female prime minister. So you are not too old to live your dream. So don't leave your dream, live your dream. So I will be putting the link on how you can join the Dream Woman Network. It's going to be on this YouTube. You're going to see it, the link, so that any woman that believe they have a dream, even if you don't have one, we believe you have a dream.
Yep.
We're going to help you through this Dream Women Network to how you can find your dream. Listen, we got a plan, we got a blueprint. Yeah, we got a blueprint. And personally, as a mentor and a sponsor, I'll be showing up in the dream. Someone say, "Oh, you not a woman?" Yes, I am not.
You're
But
a
listen,
sponsor. You're a sponsor to women.
I believe in women in leadership. So I'm so big about that. If you know me very well, I am big about women and leadership because I believe that when you talk about the leadership space, it's for everyone. Leadership is for everyone, and I love to encourage women because I believe that when a woman step up, she gives permission for other women to step up. So your closing comment, and Coach Lysa, tell me, how do you feel about the Dream Women Notch, or how do you feel 2 days ago when we launched it? How, because it's not everyone that was able to bat a dream into life, and you were able to carry this vision. It's as if giving back to a baby. So how do you feel on that day when it's been launched and people showed up? It was great. It was great. When people see the flyer, oh, that flyer was one of a kind, So how do you feel?
Yeah.
Tell us about.
So once again,
Yeah,
thank you so much, especially the Lamb Global Community family. Thanks for showing up. And that was a complete display of the power of a community. I
yeah,
saw it myself in display, and the attendees saw that as well. They saw that I was not alone. That was
yeah.
my vision, but I came with so many people to push that vision. So I mean, it gave me another kind of feeling, like if you put in the work, if you just need to get the desire to birth something, is definitely going to come alive. And the other thing that got me thinking was there's help available in so many ways out there. You just need to
Yeah.
say what you want to do, and people are going to come out to help you. So I saw the people who came to help me push the vision out. I saw the people who came to just come and listen and say, what is it all about? So I saw every kind of person that came out that day. That gave me another feeling of accomplishment to say you can do whatever it is you decide that you want to do it, and help is always available. So it gave another kind of excitement, another level of excitement, and another zeal to push forward.
Wow, that was awesome. And Coach Lysa, we want to say thank you for your time. We know you're a very busy person to take your time to be on the Leadership Advancement Mentorship podcast today. And we've learned a lot from you. And we want to say thank you. And thank you for sharing about the Dream Women Network and giving other women permission, not just to dream, but to live their dream. We so much appreciate you. And thank you again. And so how can people find you? And people are saying, "Oh, I love this Dream Woman. How can they connect with you?" Yeah.
We're on Telegram as the Dream Woman. I'm gonna send a link out, of course, like you said,
Okay.
on
Where else can
Facebook,
people find you?
on Instagram,
Like someone like me that is on Telegram. The
on
only reason why
Instagram.
I'm
We
on
have an
Telegram is
Instagram page up already, so you can find us on Instagram. We're going to create a Facebook page and a
okay.
YouTube page as well. So,
But how can people find you as a person if people want to connect with you? And I know when they find you, they can find the Dream Women. So how can people connect with you as a person?
phone number.
No,
So
not phone number. I mean, your LinkedIn page and your Facebook page.
my LinkedIn page is Lysa Mandip.
Okay.
So you can get me on LinkedIn as Lysa Mandip. Instagram, if you want to get me on Instagram, is the Dream Woman
Okay.
Network.
Okay.
And I mean, pretty much that's what we have for now. So
For now.
it's
Okay.
Instagram and LinkedIn, you can get me on those two.
Okay. That's awesome. Until we come to you next time with another great leader. Don't forget, we always talk about application are the two legs, in which you can make your dream a reality. It doesn't matter what we learn, until we apply it, we can experience transformation. So I wanted to take one or two things you've learned today and find a way to apply it and get transformed and make this world a better place. Thank you. See you next time. This is your host, Dr. Michael Koku, signing up, and see you next week. Thank you.